This guy is the unluckiest man in the world. He steps outside and gets into a car accident, gets stuck in traffic, and arrives late to work. His life dream gets ruined by a sudden downpour. Then he gets laid off and fired on the same day. Even when he tries to help a homeless man, a gang of punks jumps him and beats him up. The moment he gets home, his dog pees on the TV. That's his breaking point. He drives out to clear his head, only to get into another crash car. Total it. That's it. He snaps, rips off his lucky bracelet, decides he's done believing in God. But the next day, why do things start happening? His pager won't stop beeping. Annoyed by the constant noise, he checks it out the window. A car crushes it, yet somehow, he still hears the ringing. Out of options, he dials the number. Turns out, it's a job interview, so he writes down the address, drives over for the interview. But the second he steps out of the car, boom, right into a giant puddle, soaked and pissed off. He curses at God again. He walks into the company, only to find a janitor inside. The guy asks him to help clean up. He just walks away. He heads to HR to check in, but the office is completely empty. Then suddenly, a man climbs down from a ladder. It's the same janitor from downstairs. Feeling played, the guy turns to leave, but in the next second, the janitor takes off his uniform. Underneath is a crisp white suit. Then he drops the bomb, says he's God, and inside that cabinet is the entire record of the guy's life. The guy immediately tries to open it, but before he can, he gets blasted 10 feet away. God pulls out a folder, taps the cabinet lightly, and the drawer snaps shut on its own. Then God gives him an offer, says he should be the temporary God. The guy doesn't buy it, thinks he's dealing with a lunatic, walks straight out of the building. But this time, when he steps into the panel, his foot lands on thin air. He doesn't think much of it, gets in his car, which was broken just a second ago, now perfectly fine. Still confused, he heads to a restaurant, trying to wrap his head around everything. He tests his so-called God powers, thinks about sugar, and right then, the sugar slides across the table on its own. He calls for a spoon, and somehow, carves one out from his own mouth. An old man at the next table watches in shock, still not convinced. He tries something bigger, parts the soup in his bowl, and it actually works. Now he's hyped, and a plan starts forming in his head.